Here we go again. I assembled this scooter about a year ago. It's been running fine ever since, but it has no electric start because there's no starter motor on it, and the kickstart handle has always been annoying. It works, but it has a bit of a problem. If I lean this one to the left, I can hit it fine, but if I just randomly kick it, it won't. It will skip the gear. So let's remove it and check it out. It's just held on with a bunch of Allen bolts size 5. So just a simple ratchet. 1/4 inch tool is enough to remove it. So it is removed, and it's very hard to see. Maybe I need a light, but I figured something out, I guess. Might be hard to tell on camera, but I got this ring behind that drive for the kickstart, and I think it's very crooked, so that might be the issue. This part is basically new, so that's not really where it should be going wrong. And same goes for this part. It's also looking very new. Remove the covers so I can easily access the spark plug hole. Remove the spark plug. This is the color I like to see when it burns right. And this is the right tool to lock the engine. To remove this nut, place the tool inside the spark plug hole. Hard to see, but now I can remove this with the 15-inch tool in my case. As you can tell, this nut is kinda loose on there. It's not really the right size. Also, the crank has a bit of wear on it. It's always something to be careful, because these nuts they can strip, but this is alright. You may not like this, but there's a variator restrictor on here. The first ring on there was already on there. I put another one on there because the bike was still a bit too fast. Hate it or love it. This was on there, and originally there's another one like this on there. This is a new one, so I'm gonna try this. I had somebody comment that you need a bevel spring, and this is the right bevel spring. So I hope this is the solution. New bevel spring, new nut in place. Let's see if it's fixed something. Comparing this nut to the original one, or maybe the other way around. I mean, this is the original one, it's a 17 mil. The other one was not original, it was 15 mil. Time to put the spark plug back in and remove the tool. That tool right there. There are these spacers, or however you call them, that are supposed to be in here. They were missing. I found one original, so I could just place it. And this one I made myself. It's a bit shorter, but it will do the job. Without the small spaces, the cover would just fall off without all the bolts. Now there are no bolts in there, and the cover is just hanging. So it's a way better way of mounting. Well, it is all back together, but it's very disappointing to see this because it still does not work. Still need to check some more stuff, apparently. Why are you so annoying? Oh no, 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 no. I happen to have another cover. It's missing a bushing. This bushing needs to go in here. I have to hammer it in. The rest of the parts over here, so I can make another cover complete. just hammered in the new bushing using another socket. Very easy. When using a hammer to put the bushing in, it's easy to damage the surface. So if it is damaged, you can just use a file to get rid of all the rough edges, and then it will just fit easily. It is hard to explain how tricky this is to put the spring in there. You have to turn this thing around and then put it down, but this spring is going to get so tight that it's hard to push it down. Lots of fun. I managed to get it. Ended up putting this on here to lever it up there, and then use the other screwdriver to keep the spring from getting underneath here, because this is very tight, and once you get it to be free, just hammer it in. Now it is stuck in there. Should be good. I do think that there is a spacer underneath here normally, just a ring, but I don't have it. There's this clip. It's just put it down. I think you call it a snap ring, right? With this tool you can put it in or take it out. Just make sure it's properly seated in the groove, so the axle is secured in the case. Make sure to put some grease on there. The spring is so annoying, it keeps getting underneath the axle again. The clip that is underneath there is just old. It's old, it doesn't do a job anymore, it keeps getting loose, so it pulls in the handle. Have to get a new clip. There is this groove that the snap ring should be in, but on this side I think it's also out. It is not strong enough anymore, so it just pulls itself out of its groove. This snap ring is hopeless. It was so tight, I think I even bent the spring. The spring has been bent. Not that much of an issue, I guess. Since it was not working, I removed everything again. After that, I placed another spacer behind the drive for the gear. The one that was on there was this one. It's quite thick, and this hole in the middle is too big, and it made it go off center, so it was crooked on there. So I'm hoping that this being crooked on there was the issue, but I have no idea. The spacer that's behind there right now may have been tried before as well. I haven't put the spark plug back in, but it's back on there. The cover is on there again, and I think it feels very good. It should be on there without much pressure now, so I hope it is good. Seems like the return spring is kind of weak, but every time I kick it hits the gear now, so it's good. Happy. The carb is still leaking. Cannot show it right now, but it might be because of the side stand, but I'm not sure. To get to the carb and the air cleaner, I need to remove this cover. Maybe take that one off again, but I can show you that the kickstand of Kickstart works properly now. Let's start it up. That's what's up.